Shehzad Poonawalla, national spokesperson of the BJP. Also joining me this evening is Karan Verma, political analyst. Saeed Abbas joining us live on this debate. Political analyst Salim Dharnidharan, leader of the DMK, on the debate. But my first question goes to Congress leader Dr. Sanjay Jha. And Sanjay Jha, how many times is it enough to put out statements without facts? 4,000, 2,000 or 44,000? How much land has China actually taken? First, should the Congress party and should Mr. Rahul Gandhi clarify that to the nation? Because on different occasions, the figures have changed. I've played them all out for our viewers tonight. Having said that, the question is not just limited to China. The question is limited to Chaukidar Chor Hai, to Rafael, where he had different figures every single time. The issue is also about Pakistan. You know, people in your party go on to say Pakistan probably not behind the Pahalgam attacks. What is really going on? And do you think if there are any atom bombs that Mr. Gandhi has in his pocket, then they should be displayed as far as evidence is concerned so that the nation can benefit from the questions that he raises, rather than being questioned not just by the people of India, but even the Supreme Court of India, which has to actually check him on his tracks?
Navika, you have raised a lot of questions. Let me start by first the Supreme Court's observation on the defamation case against Rahul Gandhi. The merits of the case, I mean, they have stayed the defamation, so I'll leave it at that. But I wish to be very transparent on your program because it's watched by millions of people, and I think you are having a very, very pertinent subject under conversation today. I do feel, and I live in Mumbai, I was very astonished, and I'm giving you this as a context for your question, when the Bombay High Court actually said that there were some people who wanted to protest on the humanitarian crisis in Gaza, and the Bombay High Court said, be more patriotic, look at local issues, don't worry about Gaza. I personally felt that was, frankly speaking, intriguing, that the Supreme Court is now telling protesters who want to do a peaceful protest that they should focus on something, according to the Supreme Court, according to the Bombay High Court, should be local, whatever, administrative issues, but not talk about a foreign policy or a crisis in the neighborhood. The second point about the Supreme Court's observations today, which is again upsetting. I think it should upset anybody who believes in fundamental rights and the health of Indian democracy. The Supreme Court talking about Indianness is bizarre, is downright outrageous. And I think we have to call it out with these strong words, because the Supreme Court tells Rahul Gandhi, speak your issues in parliament, don't go to social media. But I need to tell the Supreme Court's eminent honorable judge that the most powerful president of the world, the most powerful head of state in the world, declared a military ceasefire between India and Pakistan on Truth Social, on X, on social media. I mean, it is so absolutely bizarre to suggest that the leader of the opposition, who is speaking on behalf of 42% of the voters of India, should only speak in parliament. He can do podcasts, he can write an op-ed, he can make rallies, he can speak to any people, he can go to television. The Supreme Court cannot dictate what should be spoken and where. That to me, and I'm sure Navika, even you will agree with me.
While I agree with you to a limited extent, Sanjay Jha, I agree with you to a limited extent. People should be able to speak in whichever platform they want to speak. Right. But then allow Manish Tiwari and Shashi Tharoor to also speak in parliament. Rahul Gandhi should follow what he wants for himself, for his other party men as well. Don't preach when you can't follow. Number one. Number two, I'm asking you, what is the figure? As an Indian citizen, I want to know from the leader of opposition the real figure. 2,000 square kilometer, 4,000 square kilometer or 44,000 square kilometers. Ye to bata do bhai.
Yeah, I think Navika, let me be very honest with you. I think that is one aspect that anyone who's putting facts, especially in parliament, will have to check 10 times over. What I have read is Manoj Joshi, whom I respect a lot, is a very well-respected defense analyst, who's put out that up to, he hasn't said exactly how much, he said maybe up to 2,000 square kilometers in Ladakh may have been possibly targeted in the Chinese incursion. But again, that is subject to review. I do agree with you that Rahul, as the leader of the opposition, and especially in a world, right, where the
Well,
BJP pounce on
well,
anything,
then all your
you gotta be
objections to
careful.
the Supreme Court rest on this one. No. So yes, you have to be careful. And as leader of opposition, when you enjoy a constitutional position, which is a cabinet rank position, you can't just toss off numbers that really are far away from the facts. But Shehzad Poonawalla, that's not all. That's certainly not all, because apart from the China questions, the Congress party has been saying that terrorists in Pahalgam did not check religion of people. Everybody knows that there were first-hand eyewitness accounts given by the victims' families themselves. Can Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party deny that because it doesn't suit their politics? Let me also say, India cannot continue war. Kapil Sibal comes out and says, Sanjay Raut comes out and says. Now, do they have the information that the Indian Army has, the Indian Armed Forces have? No evidence of Pak involvement coming out on the one hand by some congressmen, on the other hand, Manish Tiwari, who's been part of the delegations with the government belonging to the Congress party, says that certainly this is Pakistan terrorism. And then, of course, the crowning jewel was farm laws and the Arun Jaitley connection, when the late Shri Arun Jaitley had passed away before the farm laws were even introduced. All of this boils down to one question. You want to put the government on the mat, Shehzad Poonawalla? Can the government be put on the mat with lies?
Navika ji, first of all, I'm missing you in your own studio, so I hope the other guests will be courteous and will allow you to anchor the program from a remote location. But having said that, let me first bust the hypocrisy of Sanjay Jha and the entire ecosystem. Just few days ago, Supreme Court in no mood
I'm in India, not in China, so don't worry about me.
No, you are in a right place, but I am saying the other people may misuse your not being in the studio. So you know how that goes. Anyways, just few days ago, Congress's ecosystem, Supreme Court in no mood to spare Nishikant Dubey. They were celebrating Supreme Court. Supreme Court has delivered a great verdict in electoral bond case. Supreme Court has done justice in Chandigarh case. And today when the Supreme Court makes certain pertinent observations and findings, at that time Supreme Court is now exceeding its jurisdiction. Wah, what Samvidhan ka samman. And Navika ji, there is a competition. Kaun banega sabse bada Pinocchio? Pinocchio was the Italian character, young Italian boy whose nose used to grow longer when he used to say a lie. I'm sure everybody has read about Pinocchio. Now there is competition between Indian Pinocchios ki who can be the Pinocchio of India in Indian politics, because परिवारवाद के दो नवाब दोनों झूठ फैलाए भाई साहब. एक करे epic blunder और दूसरा बोलता है atom bomb है मेरे पास साहब. Look at the epic blunder and epic lie by Tejasvi Yadav. He has produced an epic card which does not exist, and the one that exists in his affidavits, that is there and it is on the voter list, and his lies have been caught out and his forgery has been caught out. But Rahul Gandhi has gone a step ahead, and Rahul Gandhi has been lying for some time now. Navika, you remember, you just quoted about what he has said about Arun Jaitley ji. He has said the lies about Mohan Parrikar ji also. You would remember that he has given the different figures not just for the amount of land that so-called China has occupied in India, but he has given different figures for how many voters have been increased in Maharashtra. One day 1 crore, then 70 lakhs, then 39 lakhs. Then when it came to Rafale, where the Supreme Court dismissed his allegations, he had given 3 figures in one speech for the Rafale planes, from 1800 crores to 600 crores. Then we have seen the lies he said on Savarkar, the lies he said on RSS, the lies he said on Modi chor hai, Modi Samaj chor hai, for which he got convicted. All of these have been come down upon by the courts of law, whether it is the High Courts or the Supreme Court. Finally, Navika, I just have one thing to say. One thing is common between these Pinocchios: Sena ka apman, Sanatan ka apman, Sansthaon ka apman. So Tejasvi Yadav tries to do the insult of the Election Commission, and Mr. Rahul Gandhi has also been trying to undermine the armed forces. And we know that the love for China, they have signed an MOU. They don't disclose the MOU. They take 2 crore rupees as Chinese fund. They are the ones who gave the United Nations Security Council seat to China. They are the ones who gave Aksai Chin to China. They are the ones who did nothing when incursions used to take place. They are the ones who allowed our trade deficit to balloon to 33 times. They are the ones who have compromised with China on every occasion, from Galwan to Doklam. And today they are saying they are strong on China, but actually they are working as agents of China.
Well, we can't for every argument, Shehzad Poonawalla, go back to the Nehru time, the Indira Gandhi time. Let's stay in the present. And in the present, there are enough questions that Mr. Rahul Gandhi has raised.